Hello lovely people and welcome to my channel. It's Healer here, Saturday Night Stitch. So today's post is a little bit of a story time kind of a post. Basically, I've been feeling a very strong urge to buy some Liberty fabrics. They recently came out with some gorgeous prints that were available in crepes and silk crepe and in silk linen. And I was like, I want to buy this. But lately, because of my meditative practice and mindfulness, I am learning to give myself a little bit of a distance between just jumping into an urge that I have. And so I told myself very kindly that I'm going to have a look at the Liberty fabrics that I already have, because I was like, I think I have one or two Liberty fabrics, why don't I look at those first and maybe they will inspire me. And if I don't get any inspiration from that, then I can go ahead and get myself, some silk crepe Liberty fabric, because, treat yourself, So I did. So I went and thankfully, because I've been quite good at keeping my fabric stash / collection quite organized, I easily found the box where the Liberty fabrics were. And I had more than one, and I had more than two, I had more than three. I even had some Liberty fabrics that I had forgotten I had, and I was just mortified. I was absolutely mortified. Needless to say, the shame and the mortification at realizing that I had way more Liberty fabrics than I had realized completely extinguished that little itch, the little fire, the little need, the little desire to go and buy some more Liberty fabric. But on the plus side, I suddenly remembered all of the wonderful plans and ideas and inspirations that I had to sew with the Liberty prints, which leads us to this video wherein I share with you my Liberty fabric collection. And I do have some nice ones. So the thing about Liberty is you can get carried away collecting them because they do limited runs of certain prints, and you don't know which runs are going to be the ones that are limited. So I kind of would go a little bit crazy at certain points in my 7-year sewing career, 6 to 7 years. So here we go. I'm going to show you some of them. No, not some of them, all of the Liberty. Also, just out of curiosity, I want to get an idea of how many people have also suffered from this issue where you have a selective memory about how much of a particular fabric you have. Hit the like button for me on the first comment if you've ever underestimated how much fabric you had. That would be so much fun to see. Okay, so in no particular order, I'm just going to show you, right? So this one is a bit of a rare one because this was a collaboration between Liberty and Hello Kitty. So this is called the Hello Kitty Liberty print. Can you see the little Hello Kitty over there? Yeah. And I love this. I know that these are not my colors. And how do I know that? Because when I put them up against me, but it's Hello Kitty. I like it. I just have to figure out what to make with this. I think at the time that I bought this, I was crazy about the idea of making fit and flare dresses that were sleeveless. I think I was following a blogger who specifically made fit and flares, and I loved it and absolutely loved it. So I might still do that with it. So we have this, and this was a limited collection because you can't really find it. I tried looking it up to get some ideas about what to make with it, and I have 1 meter of that, and I've had this for years in my collection. Okay, up next, colors that are more like me, right? So this is part of Liberty Art Fabric. So I know it's Liberty because it says Liberty in the selvage edge. So this is a very typical Liberty print, obviously ditzy, floral, nostalgic turn of the century. It's almost got a Laura Ashley vibe to it. Do you know, I think this would make a lovely maxi dress. What do you guys think? Maxi dress or what? So this is a kind of more like a I'd say somewhere between a cotton lawn and a cotton poplin. Yeah, so it's got some drape to it, and it will hold a crisp collar. Deer and doe myostosis, mystosis. Anyway, I think that this might work as a deer and doe myostosis. I may be butchering the name, but you know what I mean. You all know what I mean. Okay, so number 2, don't lose count. We're on number 2. Okay, number 3, this gorgeous, I think this is called Oscar print. Beautiful waves, paisley-like. This one is a tanner lawn, so it's got this light crispiness. Initially, I got this to make a shirt for my husband. I probably should still make a shirt for my husband, unless we think it might be better for one to make a dress for oneself. It's totally legitimate, but yeah, I love this. Although it's probably fair for me to make this into a shirt for my husband, because I also had this in a sweater knit fabric, and I made myself a sweater dress, which I still wear because I just love it. But yeah, and I have 2 meters of this. And by the way, most of these fabrics, I picked them up from Liberty during their half price sale, because they tend to do half price sales, especially around Christmas or New Year's. And some of them I picked them up from Fabworks, because sometimes they would have some Liberty prints. Okay, actually coming up is a Fabworks purchase. And this is another tanner lawn, but this one, it's very moody. It's a very darkish purplish. I bought this when I was with my husband, and my husband said he liked this and he wants a shirt out of this. So I kind of have to make him a shirt out of this. But it's got a harbor. You can see the little harbor, and there's like little sailing ships over there. And it's a tanner lawn. I don't quite know what the name of this one is, because I got this from Fabworks. So the benefit of buying it on the Liberty website is you get bombarded by the name of the print so much you easily remember what the print is. Okay, so, and I have 2 meters of this because the idea was to make a shirt for my husband. No, the idea still is to make a shirt for my husband. I'm not going to pilfer this from my husband. No. Whatever gave you that idea, people? And now this one is an absolute favorite of mine, and I got I still am very precious about it. It's Liberty Tanner Lawn Q at the zoo, and it's so incredibly quirky with the giraffes and the chameleon and the elephants, flamingos. Love this so much. I have it in 3 different colorways. 3 different colorways: green, purple, and blue. Fun to make out of this. I don't know. See, I'm suffering from analysis paralysis again just by looking at these things. I know what this one is supposed to be. I just have to have time to make it. This is supposed to be an outer shirt dress. This is called the Tresco, and I love the Tresco print. I agonized over which colorway to get, because there was this colorway, and then there was a light green one, and then there was an ivory one, but this one was the most popping. I picked this one up at Fabworks, but it was also available on the Liberty website. And I've got 1.5 meters, which is enough to do an Alder shirt dress. There we go. And then I've got some Liberty Carline in this lovely poplin. And I've made a dress for my daughter. She chose this for her, I think it was her third birthday dress. It's so adorable. Have I got it nearby? I'll show it to you actually. Here it is. I made it into this dress here. This was an Ottobre design kids dress. It's like a shirt dress, and then it's got all of these gathers, but it's now too small for them around the chest, so it's going to be turned into a skirt with an elasticated waist. So that's the Liberty Carline. I bought that because I wanted to make a shirt, a nice fitted shirt in that floral print. I still want to make that. And then there's some more Liberty cotton poplin. So this is like a Liberty cotton poplin. I'm not too sure why I got these particular colors. And the only reason I can think of now is that at the time I just wanted Liberty. I don't think I was too bothered about whether the color suited me. I just wanted to say that I have got Liberty. So this is one of my very early first Liberty purchases, and I picked this up from Fletcher's Fabrics in Leeds Market, and this was before they closed down their dressmaking side of things. They now mostly do upholstery and curtains, but I got it in the two colorways. Of all the colors, this is a gray. I don't know if the lighting is allowing you to see it. And this is kind of like a really milky green, is the best way that I can think of it. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm still precious about them because they're Liberty. I guess the trick for me is to try and find a design that works with these particular shades and see if I can make something, because I know I'll love them because it's Liberty, because I got a lot of Liberty love. Okay. Oh, and this one, oh my days, I love this one so much. I think it's called Jack and Charlie or something like that. Oh, I love the popping pinks and the popping greens. And I got 3 meters of this cotton lawn. And I had wanted to make a sweeping maxi dress, but then I got paralysis by analysis because I kept thinking maybe it's a bit too much. Maybe this is too much as a maxi dress. And I kind of just need to let that go. And lovelies, at this point, I have to say that I truly thought that I had uncovered all of the Liberty that was in my stash. I am ashamed to say that a few weeks later, as I was going through my fabrics looking for something, I stumbled upon these 3 other Liberties that seemed to have been squirreled away. And one of them is this absolutely gorgeous print which has got so much tropicalness going with it, and I love it. I bought this one in the ivory colorway, and this was from Fabworks. It is a Tana lawn, and you can see how crisp and beautiful those folds are. I have no idea yet what I am going to make with it, but I must come up with something because this Liberty obsession is getting a little bit crazy. This one is one of my absolute favorites, and it's I think it's called Traveling Threads, and it's got these quirky, whimsical sketches of cars and bicycles interspaced with some watercolors of flowers, and it is just it's got so much whimsy to it. I love it. I have as of now decided that it's probably going to be a pair of pajamas. Fingers crossed I will be able to actually use my scissors to cut into this beautiful fabric. I tend to get absolutely frightened when it comes to committing and cutting into fabrics that I become way too attached to. But, you know, as a seamstress, you always live in hope. And this other one, the third one, is something that I picked up from Fabworks, and it has got Quentin Blake style sketches. Now, I love all of the Roald Dahl books. We've read them over and over with my kids, and as you can see, it's got that sort of whimsy to it as well, and it's got like gramophones and birds and cars, just really a lot of interest, a really fun fabric. So part of me, when I got this, I was thinking I'll make it into a shirt or something like that, but again, I'd be lying if I said I knew exactly what I wanted to make. But these are the final 3. I did make sure to go through all of my fabric to check for any outstanding Liberty fabrics, and I can conclusively say this is all that I have in my Liberty stash. And the idea is that I'm implementing a medium-term plan to actually sew these up within the next, I think 2 years is a pretty good estimate for when I can sew something up using all of these fabrics. I'm definitely very much more into, you know, the power of now, like what Eckhart Tolle says, rather than me focusing on at some point in the future, just kind of, you know, getting to using the things that give me joy, getting to using the things that spark love and excitement in me. So we're going to be cutting into some of these, and if you enjoy that sort of thing, do subscribe. I put out sewing related content pretty regularly, especially when time allows. And until I see you next time, where I shall be making pear crumble, happy sewing. Bye.